welcome to the Awakened State channel. I'm Ashley. So today I really wanted to talk about, this has been really what's been coming through for me, is this concept of fear versus soul. And what does it mean to really overcome our fears? And why do we feel that when we're in a place where we have a lot of fear, or we have a lot of uncertainty, or a lot of doubt, or a lot of questioning, or we're really getting caught up in our heads, in this place where we're not really taking the action we need to take? You know, with winter, it's been kind of like this energy of like, I just really want to slow down. I want to rest. I don't really feel motivated. I don't really feel led to do what I want to do. And I thought I'd just bring that to today's video because, let's just be honest and transparent and really realize this is how I apply my own teachings to my own life. Is we all have these moments. It's very human to just feel that there's no motivation, there's no drive, there's no feeling where we just want to stay like sluggish and stagnant and we just don't want to do the thing. And the reality is with that, it's actually just fear. It's fear in disguise. It's our fear to let go. It's our fear to move forward. It's our fear of change. Everyone has this fear within them. And so I was thinking about this moment of when video used to be terrifying for me. And I literally had to get a coach and work on my fears around this. One of the things we really went through was how we can learn to laugh at our fears and understand our fears. And I think this is such a powerful tool to understand that our fears can teach us so much about what we truly desire. So one of the things that happened during this experience is I really wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I was terrified and I didn't want to do it. And I was so terrified of being seen. And I was so upset with myself that I never had enough time. I never had enough space. I never had good enough lighting. I never had the right proper space to make a video. And I share this story with you because it's funny. It's so funny how fear can make us create all of this ridiculous nonsense in our heads to stop us from doing what we want to do. And a lot of times, it can be super irrational. So, there are real fears in the world, and we, need to use our survival instincts for certain things. But when it comes to these really silly fears, like, it can be as simple as realizing, like, we can say all of this shit to ourselves, but in reality, we're just afraid to make the first move. We're afraid of change and letting go. So during this scenario of being afraid of video, it would be like all of this crazy shit would come up. It would be like, I'm so mad that the kids are noisy. I can't get a perfect space to do a video. I can never find the right lighting in my house. I don't have the right lighting equipment. I don't have the right camera equipment. I obviously have to spend a fortune and get like this fancy ass lighting, and then I have to get all this video, and I have to get a video recorder, and I have to get professional video software, and I have to edit everything, and I have to make sure I have the absolute perfect background. And then so when I would finally get to do a video, it'd be like, my hair is awful. I can't release that. My hair is just too awful today. There's too much shadow. Oh my God, there's so much shadow in this video. I cannot release this. And then it would go on and on and on. And it's just like, what was going on is my perfectionism was drastically kicking in. And I was saying all of these things about how, like, this isn't good enough. I'm lacking time. I'm lacking energy. This is never enough. this lighting is terrible. And then, I go back like just the other day and I was looking at some of those videos and I'm like, the lighting was actually pretty fine in those. I don't know what I was so crazy about. And the reality is you have to stop giving a fuck. That's the reality. The greatest peace you can find is when you literally stop giving a fuck and just do it anyway. Because that was the quickest way I learned. It was the quickest way I truly learned how to get over my fear. Because the fastest way to kill a limited belief is to take the action. But the problem is that the fear has so much power. And that's really what I want to talk to you today about, is realizing that our fears unlock our desires. So my fear of being terrified of video was actually that I really wanted to do video because it was easier for what I was going through at the time. It was easier than writing like 2,000 word blogs. It was just an easier path for me, but I was refusing to do it. I was refusing to do it until I really got real with myself and asked myself, like, well, why am I actually afraid? Like, why can't I just do it anyway? And it became this moment of realizing, well, my fear is also unlocking my desire. My desire is that I really want to do video and be seen and be heard. So I was unlocking a pattern of realizing that from my childhood, I never felt heard or seen. That was showing me that in doing the video, it was actually very healing for me. Me doing this is healing for me. And now I love video. And it's just such a funny story because we can have like the silliest fears about things and refuse to show up and refuse to move forward and refuse to have that motivation or the ability to really achieve things, partly because we're getting so caught up in the fear that we're not hearing soul. We're not hearing our own truth. And our own truth is that we're afraid of change because we want to grow into something new. And that's just it. It can be as silly as that fear of video applied back to your life. And the thing that was really so powerful about that moment is realizing that fear unlocked desire. My fears were stopping me from moving forward. My fears were showing me where I needed to heal. My fears were literally pinpointing. I had a lot of issues around perfectionism, and I had a lot of issues around being heard and being seen and being listened to. And I had a lot of issues in my throat chakra around this. And so once I started to really peel back the layers of what was going on, I could start to laugh at my fear and start to do it anyway. But here's the thing, and really just take this in because this is really powerful, is realizing that when we are in that place, we're making the fear so much bigger in our heads, in our minds, that we cannot move through. And when we do that, we're closing off our momentum. So it's like we're pushing it down. We're pushing that resistance. We're creating too much resistance. So it's like we're pushing down away from our desires. And what's happening is the fear is becoming bigger in our minds. We're giving more power to the fear than to the higher truth. We do that on a consistent basis. We have now blocked our higher truth. What is higher truth? Higher truth is higher perceptions of reality. Higher consciousness, higher perceptions of reality, such as I am worthy as I am. I can receive because I can. Abundance is my natural birthright. All of these things that we feel is just a fear is unlocking our true desires. So I believe fear leads to our natural expansion. So just like I said, I was having a really hard time with video, but in reality, I wanted to do the video because it would make blogging easier for me. It's still true to this day. It does make blogging easier. But to be completely transparent with you, I was afraid of change because writing for me is my comfort zone. writing for me is saying to my ego that I want to do video was really bringing up a red flag to my ego that that's change. Change leads to discomfort. Change is uncomfortable. Change means letting go of the old. And that's all it is. So, to say my main point is really realizing that we all have this soul blueprint within us. And this shows us how to tap into our authentic self, our truest expression of self. When we have too much fear, we cannot hear that voice anymore. When we have too much uncertainty, we're completely shutting it down. We're blocking the guidance, we're blocking the messages, we're blocking our expansion because we're staying in a contracted vibration that's only being dominated around fear and uncertainty and lack and judgment and doubt and criticism. So as you see, like how I did that with the story is like it triggered my perfectionism, which caused criticism, which caused me to hate my hair, which caused me to hate the lighting. And it just puts you in a downward spiral of fear and uncertainty, lack and doubt, and all of these dense vibrations that are you not fully stepping into the fullest expression of you. So we all have this soul blueprint within ourselves where we can tap in fully to our authenticity, our authentic self, the part of us that is connected to higher self, higher consciousness, and that part of us that is really just open to limitless expression, that is open and blooming into our highest expression of self. So when we are allowing ourselves to fully tap into that, the fear no longer has a voice anymore. It's there, but it's so small and dim, and it hardly has the power anymore because the soul, the truth, the higher truth is so much stronger because now you're tapped into your blueprint. Now you're tapped into your intuition. Now you're tapped into higher truth. When we access that part of ourselves on a consistent basis, we're living from a place of our alignment. We're living from a space of pushing our authenticity out into the world. We're literally walking out our truth as the highest expression of ourselves. That is what it means to really live in a place of highest consciousness, higher truth. We're stripping back the layers of those inauthentic vibrations that we picked up, the judgment, the fear, the doubt, the uncertainty, and we're stepping into our expansion, our highest truth, our highest self energy. So when we do that on a consistent basis, we're starting to bring alignment back into our lives. And alignment is showing us how to be in the fullest expression of ourselves. But here's the thing is, when we have so much fear and so much doubt and so much uncertainty, we're not seeing this blueprint within ourselves. We're not really tapping in fully to that. And as I've learned, it's really this uncovering process. It's a revealing process. It's a layer by layer process of reconnecting back to who you are beyond the fear, beyond the doubt, beyond the judgment, in that place within you that is run by your soul, your highest self energy. So this is the part of you that connects to your intuition. This is the part of you that knows without a doubt that it's already yours. This is the part of you that knows deep within you that you have a soul purpose. This is the part within you that is connected to God consciousness, quantum intelligence, angels, cosmic forces of good, whoever you want to call it. It's the part of you that is literally connected to quantum intelligence, higher planes of consciousness, the part of you that knows that the wisdom is inside of you and you can access it at any moment. It's the part of you that knows that information is connected to you and through you through your soul blueprint. And the more you tap into that and the more you access that, you're a channeling source of that energy. And then you start to really peel back the layers of connecting to that place within you. And now you are starting to be self-guided. You are self-led, and you're led from within, which really means to be led from your intuition, led from that place of guidance within you that is fully tapped in fully to your highest self energy. And it's a consistency, it's a boot camp, it's a process of retraining the mind and allowing yourself to be in that place where you're connecting to soul, connecting to guidance, but you're accessing this place within yourself. So, what I've learned is that the fear holds so much power, but the more we start giving power back to our soul, to our highest expression of self, to our authenticity, we're living from that place of alignment. And in that space of alignment, we're accessing our soul blueprint. And that soul blueprint within you is the place that is connected to source, connected to quantum intelligence, connected to wisdom. And when we tap into that, it's like we're channeling from within. And we're accessing something within ourselves that reveals knowledge, healing, higher truth, higher guidance, our expression of self, our authenticity, our expansion that we're desiring. And that place within us that receives that, such as your intuition, where you feel those sudden inklings, that sudden knowledge bomb, that sudden drop of wisdom, that is coming from the same place. It is the place of quantum intelligence, and it is the place where we are tapped in fully to the fullest essence of self. So my main point with that is realizing that the blueprint within you is accessed when we start stripping back the layers of the fear and the doubt and the uncertainty, and we start giving more power to soul and reconnecting to soul on a consistent basis. So my tip for you today is to really ask yourself, do you feel that you are giving fear too much of a voice, or are you giving soul a voice? Are you giving that moment where you can reconnect to higher truth, higher wisdom within you? Because I know this all sounds like a lot of fluffy terms, but in reality, it's not. It's about accessing this natural, deep part of you that lives within you, that is connected to source, connected to that source energy field, quantum field, the quantum field within you. And that place is where we have profound shifts, profound knowledge, profound connection, profound healing. Like knowing how to heal, knowing how to tap in fully to that place, and knowing that the answers are within you. But it's not just the answers are within you, it's that you're fully tapped into you, your source. The source is you. And that is about tapping in fully to that place that is connected to your intuition. It's the soul blueprint within yourself that is created the moment that we say, I see the fear, I recognize the fear, I'm going to laugh at the fear today, I'm going to understand the fear, I'm going to know where it comes from, I'm going to question my fears, and I'm going to take the leap anyway. And that's what it's all about. So my tip for you today is to ask yourself, do you feel that you're giving fear too much power? What is taking you out of your power right now? And how can you begin to take your power back? By listening to soul, listening to your intuition, listening to your highest self. All right, I'll see you next week.